Hey, welcome to Coffee and Cards. I'm Heather Danielle, your favorite psychic medium, and if I'm not, I'm going to be very soon. So every Sunday I come on here and do some readings while we sip on our cup of Joe. So definitely comment when you get on too. I want to know where you guys are coming in from because I never ever asked that, and it's kind of really cool sometimes to see where everybody's coming from. Um, and then what I do is that I go through the comments. Like when you comment, it's kind of like spirit draws me to the person that needs a reading. It's almost like they sometimes they make your name bigger, even if you don't even have a name. So even if you are on Facebook or my Facebook group, what ends up happening is sometimes StreamYard, which is what I use to stream this. StreamYard will just say Facebook user, but it's so funny. Something happens with that energy, and I'm like, oh, okay, this person, it's all about energy. So yes, good morning. And I decided to get up and ready and dress. My bangs are kind of crazy. Had 80s night last night. Try to what is that called? Tease your hair, and it's just a mess. Kansas, Leanna, I forgot that you're from Kansas. Oh my gosh, good morning, Heather. Thanks for being you. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like Jenny. Who said that? Oh, good morning, Linda. Linda, where are you from again? I forget where you're from. Mm. And Jessica, it's been so long since I've seen you. Okay, so definitely let me know where you're at. And then this card deck is the card deck that won when it was like, okay, which card deck should we use? And so it is the Angels and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray. And I don't know why this is popping up in my head. So Hay House has that event that's coming up. I don't know if you guys know it. I think it's in Tampa or something like that, the You Can Do It event. And Kyle Gray will not be at that event anymore. I'm not going, but anyways, his mom isn't doing so good. So if you want to lift him up, I know that he'll appreciate it. So Massachusetts, Jessica, I did not know you were from. I did not know that you were from Texas. Okay, and it wasn't Jenny, it was Kim. But it's so funny because they live in the same house and stuff like that. So I definitely, I'm gonna give myself kudos and credit on that one. Okay, so Ireland, we're in Ireland. I'm curious, we're in Ireland. So I just now opened this deck, as you guys can see. So this is what I do every time that I get a deck. Actually, the very first thing I do is I knock 3 times. And you might see that I knock 3 times too in between readings. It's just to kind of set the intention that I'm getting rid and I'm cutting the cords of whatever reading that I have just done and then starting fresh and new. Because I swear to God, you guys, so many of you have so many messages from the freaking other side. I could probably keep on pulling cards and pulling cards and pulling cards because it's like your spirit guides and your past loved ones and stuff like that are always trying to get messages to you. And so they're like, okay, wait, and this card, because they need advice on this and they need advice on this and they need advice on this. So I'll be like, okay, we gotta move on, sadly. And then I go through each one of the cards and I usually touch them. But when I knock 3 times, I set the intention that I'm cleansing the deck. Cleansing the deck of anything that doesn't serve, cleansing the deck of anything that might have happened when the cards were being created. And then I go ahead and I do something else too. Oh yeah. So I say, usually in my head though, it's like I only allow 100% love and light to bring guidance, and messages forth within this card deck. This is an interesting card deck. Sorry, it's really strange. Kyle Gray does a lot with what is it called? The people, and then you can learn about the people. Okay, let's just do it. Let's just get started. Is that new Hay House Club? No. I don't think so. Is it? No, well, I didn't get it, but I don't know if it's in the new one. So Hay House has a subscription box. I 1000% say get this subscription box. And I know everybody and their brother has a subscription box, but Hay House's is freaking amazing because I actually have an extra one. I actually ordered 2 the other month. So what you do is you get a box, and the box has 2 to 3 card decks in it, and usually they're brand new releases. Never, you get the pocket oracle. You get so many, and it's $30 or something like that, and it's every 3 months. So then every 3 months you're getting oracle card journals, decks, and stuff like that. It's freaking amazing, and it sells out all of the time. If you're on my newsletter, if you're in the venture, then I sent out a link for that because I was like, dude, get on it ASAP. Oh, Canada. I'm going to Canada soon, but I'm not very far from Canada. So if you're in Metro Detroit like me, it's not that big of a deal going to Canada. But yes. Okay. Good morning, Rose. Oh, and Izzy's from Ireland too. Izzy, where in Ireland are you? Oh, and Carrie's from Maine. I didn't see where Linda was from. Oh, Linda's here in Michigan. Ooh, I wonder why that is. Okay. Okay. Not in the new box. Okay. We should be getting that new box first. Anita, what is going on with you? I'm so drawn to you. Let me see. Like so far, this is my first card pulled from this deck. Let's see. It says surround yourself with protective energy. Ooh, I love this. But I feel like I don't know why this is even coming up. But do you see this? Like how this card is? It's like you're on the straight and narrow. You're on the right path. So if you're having any kind of doubt, and I don't know why, but like that new class that you and Shannon are thinking about taking, or you have taken it, like, did you sign up for that? Because it has a lot of really good freaking energy around it. And I'll be honest with you, it's up to you what you do with that class and that course, right? So it's up to you what you try to do. But for some reason, I am actually picking up though that you're not going to become a practitioner of it. It's almost like it's going to use you to catapult like your abilities, to catapult something else. It's going to be like a stepping stone to something. And so that kind of reminds me, like, I think I have some certifications, some other things that I don't use, like Reiki, pranic healing, and things like that. But they always make me, number one, a better person. And number two, they make me better at being a reader because I have that in my mental Rolodex. So if spirit wants to like pull it out, they can. Does it make sense? It's like in readings, you can get things that you have never have ever had any experiences with, but it's very difficult to explain. But if you have that in the mental Rolodex and you've learned it, then spirit is able to pull that out and be like, oh yeah, here, so that's the reason why I've learned about human design, astrology, numerology, like all these things, because then spirit's able to poke it out of my head. And that's kind of the same thing for you. I don't know why, but they're bringing up, I feel like the day job, I think that you have to, and it's like talking about straight and narrow, just keep on like steady the course, and I think you're doing that. I have no idea why they're bringing this up. I don't know why. I don't know if you just need a reassurance, because that's literally almost like anything that I'm getting. So I don't know if you said anything yet, Anita, but okay. Anything else? Definitely Native American vibes around you, but this whole deck has it, so I didn't want to say it, but it came up 3 times. And so then I'm like definitely feeling Native American vibe and definitely feeling feathers too. So I have probably seen a Native American guide with people like maybe once or twice, but for some reason I really feel that way. Oh my gosh, and you're in Florida too, and this is what's coming up too. I wonder if there's something to do with land surrounding there, and if you have any kind of opportunity to do shamanism. So that means like going to some kind of event for shamans and that kind of thing, like in your area. I feel like that's also something that would be beneficial to you. Like you don't have to do it, but I feel like that's coming up. And Shannon, her husband, is part Cherokee. Okay, there you go. So then maybe it's also a message for him that he's on the straight and narrow too. Just to keep on studying the course. Like, and it says surround yourself by protective energy, but I already feel like you're protected. So, okay, yeah. All right, cool. All right, let me see. Yes, I just asked that before I came on. Linda, what did you ask? Because no joke, I was literally like drawn to you at next. So, okay, let me see. You guys, OMG, WTF. Okay, so I was just doing a reading for Anita on Facebook. For some reason, I felt guided to Linda on Instagram. So then Linda was like, oh my gosh, I was just talking about that before I came on. Like she had that question. So I'm like, okay, yeah, for sure. Like, I feel like it's for you, Linda. But you know what? Let me pull a card. Guess what card came up? Just let me pull a card. Let me pull a card. It is the broken arrow. So everything that I said, Linda, it pertains to you too. Is that freaking nuts? That is freaking nuts. I freaking love it. And so, yeah, we have considered going to shaman classes. Yes. And so for some reason too, I know that you go to, a in-person like development circle and things like that. I think Walter or something like that. Anyways, I'm really drawn to that area or him. So definitely if there's anything like around there where you usually go, that's where I think you should do it. Okay. Like sometimes, spirit be like, oh, something that's like you've never done before. But for some reason I'm talking about that. Let's see. Okay. I also tie in guidance for my job. We all need some help in here. Yes. Okay. Great idea. Okay. All right, this is not, okay, 1 second. Okay, 1 second. All right. Since there's so many questions about jobs, we're just going to do something that's a little bit quick and different, okay? I pulled 2 cards, okay? Choose either sun or moon. So if you want some guidance on your job, choose sun or moon. Sun or moon, okay? And I want you to go with whatever first came up to you. Sun or moon, if you have any kind of issues with job or you just want maybe some guidance on job. Walter and his wife have a hypnotherapy class we are considering. Yes, I feel like that was one of the first things that I got, Anita, was I got yes. Hey, is anybody else from the academy on? Do you want to tune in to Anita? And for the hypnotherapy classes, we should probably do this inside of the community, but okay, sun, moon. I'm really curious too. While trying to convince myself to keep going with my day job. Yes. Okay. Now, before I pull these cards really quick, like I think you guys all know that I have a day job too. But here's the thing is that I like my day job. Like I like what I do. You know, I think it's a lot of fun and it also grounds me. So it's very, very grounding work that I do. And then this one does, you know, a lot of the spiritual stuff. So it keeps me balanced. Not only just that, but I'm able to put more into my business and stuff like that and my spiritual work because I don't have to worry so much. I don't have bad energy going out. I have good energy going out. So it's like I don't have to worry if people book me, people don't. I don't have to worry about any of that because I have that income over here. So it kind of balances itself out a little bit, you know? So think about it that way. Yes. So Carrie, do you think that Shannon and Anita should do the, not should, never use the word should. Should I do this? Should I not? Like they don't understand that term. So is it for their highest good to do hypnotherapy? I figured that they would do the hypnotherapy, but I was actually picking up that they're not going to use it and become hypnotherapists, but they're going to use it to be able to become better people and stuff. Okay, here we go. Can't figure out the links in the email, but really? Okay, I'll have to, which link did you need? I like that you don't have to choose one job over the other. They both completely, yes. We are in a society right now that is all about like quitting your job and going all over and quitting your job and doing this and that. But it's like, we also need to normalize people who are moonlighting, right? And we also have to normalize, you know, that this is cool. This is something, if you want to do it, you can do that. You don't necessarily have to quit and do all these crazy things. Okay, so for the sun people, this is your answer. Ooh, snake, shed old skin. Oh my God. I'm really curious, Linda, which one that you picked. If you chose sun, this is nuts, you guys. It says shed old skin. So that means that if you chose sun, then there is something up with your job that needs to be changed. Okay. You need to either move on, look for other things. I'm not saying quit right away. All right. I am saying that there is better opportunities out there, that you need to do something new. You need to do something different. So number one, if you already have a job and you chose moon, there's something else. You're keeping yourself in your comfort zone. You're keeping yourself somewhere where it's not beneficial to you, to where you need to do something that's a little bit more different, maybe more compensation, better hours, better people that you are around. But the sun people, you do need to change. And then the other thing too is if you are still like looking for a job in between and stuff like that, like I really feel like they're saying, number one, you need to apply for positions and stuff like that. And this goes for even if you still have a job, you need to apply for positions that you don't even think that you would qualify for. That, you know, like even if you're a bit curious, go ahead and do it. You can do the interview and you can always say no. Did you see what I mean? Then you can always say, I don't want that position. You know, even for me, I've done that too, where I've applied for positions and stuff like that. And they come up and they're like, hey, Heather, we want to give you an interview literally just like a month ago. And I was like, you know what? I don't want it, you know? So it's the same thing with you. I also just feel like bigger and better things, but I do feel more energy needs to be put into this. Okay. So I don't know if you are like doing a lot of other things with family and stuff like that, like your mind's going all over the place. But for the sun people, like this is kind of like where your attention needs to go. And then you're going to do a lot better if you allow yourself, okay? If you allow yourself to get outside your comfort zone, try something new, try something different, but definitely think like, okay, you do need a hobby that pays something, you know, selling things. You need to do things a little bit differently, okay? I don't know if that really makes sense. I picked sun and Shannon picked moon. Ooh, we'll see. We'll see. I like that. Sunburn shedding. Yes. New skin. And then Deanna said too, it's important to love what you do. 100%. To use along with our spiritual development and yes, exactly, Anita. Yes. I agree with what you said about the hypnotherapy classes. So Carrie picked up the same thing, Anita. All right. Okay, perfect. So now moon. And it's really funny. I didn't tell you guys this, but I truly chose moon. So we'll see, right? We're going to get this information together, which is really funny because I usually love the sun because it's my favorite card in the tarot deck, but I didn't feel guided towards today. So let's see what this one is. Ooh, I love it. It says Earth Mother. feel love and comforted. So 1000%, I am not making this up. This freaking card was talking about what I was talking about with day jobs and things like that, right? So right now, if you chose moon, it's almost like this job that you have or your career, whatever like that, is something you need to get comfortable with doing, because it could be helping you out in other areas. Just like, if you're just starting out in business and stuff like that, keeping your day job and stuff like that, it's going to help you, with the finances. So instead of feeling bad about your day job, be grateful for your day job, because your day job is allowing you to do other things. Your day job is allowing you to, invest in your business, or not be so crazy if people aren't booking you, or if you don't, you're not getting the sales and things like that. Even if you're in between jobs right now and you chose moon, it's like you got to get comfortable where you're at. This is so funny. You could not have gotten two different cards. So the freaking sun is about getting outside of your comfort zone, and this card, the moon, is talking about getting comfortable where you're at. Okay, but it does not talk about it's almost like, in order to get what you want to manifest, you have to become an energetic vibration. So that's the thing, is that once you get comfortable, you could calm down instead of fighting the energy, and then grow up, as in like grow more levels. Because I also do see with moons is that you're birthing something. Okay, so you might have an idea for a job, you might have an idea of where you want to be, where you want to go, you might have that kind of thing, but right now is not the best time. I'm feeling more into like the springtime, when nature is flourishing. That's what I'm picking up for the moon people. And I also do see a butterfly, but the butterfly is kind of like further away, so that means the transformation is a little bit further away, but it's coming to you. So right now, get comfortable where you're at, because then there's going to be changes that are on the horizon that you like. All right, so that's really freaking crazy. I love this. Okay, I have a second interview Wednesday for a job. Ooh, way to go. I wonder, Sarah, which one did you choose? Oh my God, Heather, you're serving major lash today. I am. You guys, when I put freaking eyelashes on, like, I feel like I could rule the world. I didn't do it for so long, and then I just felt like shit all the time. But now I'm like, I'm getting things done. I am like, yes. I even feel better at the gym, like really. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, okay. I like my job, but pick sun. Could it be that I have been, it kind of cuts off there, but yeah, so you pick sun, so that you like your job, but something might need to happen within that job. So if you pick sun too, and you like your job and you're doing good and stuff like that, do you need to ask for more money? Do you need to change your hours? Do you need to like get a different position within that company, or something along those lines? Does that make sense? Because if you like your job and you're comfortable, there you go. It is working with seniors have been so emotionally rewarding. I love them. It's hard. Do a glow up. Yes. Yes. Um, mm. Okay, both cards resonate. How can both cards resonate? They're complete opposites, Carrie. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. Okay. Yep, resonates. Okay, cool. Okay, definitely resonates, Carrie. Okay, awesome. All right, so I definitely am guided to Melissa. How are you, Melissa? Are you going to come to office hours today? If you're in the academy, office hours are today. So Melissa was curious about her mom. Her mom is sick. If we could also just raise her mom up in prayers and things like that. And this is a card here. It says Direction Guardian, and it says choose your path. All right. The reason why that I'm talking like this is because I'll just be honest. There are some things in life that are set in stone, but there's some things that are not set in stone. And what's going on with your mom is not set in stone. It's like her soul and that kind of thing still has some choices to make. And so trying to figure out what's going to happen is going to be a little more difficult. And so is trying to find this card in this freaking book too. Why do they do that? Warrior? It's like, this is one that you have to like freaking study the thing. I want to make sure that I'm getting everything right within this card deck. But let me see. It says 99 and 100, and it says represents the angels of direction. These angels are the ones who come to us when we're at a crossroads and don't know which way to go. When we are unsure of what is right for us or the bigger picture, they can help us know what is best for all involved. The Direction Guardian card refers to the vision of the Hebrew prophet Ezekiel, who is said to have seen the angel with 4 different faces. One was a cherub, one was a bull, one was a lion, and one was an eagle. These 4 faces show that angels can appear in guises and guide us in many different directions, always for our highest good. Your path isn't set in stone, and your angel guides have no expectations for you, nor should they have any for yourself. There are many directions you can take. None of them are wrong, as they hold a perfect opportunity to grow and learn. Life is to be enjoyed and savored, so if you know that there's a decision to be made, and particularly if you are feeling indecisive, choose a path you know is going to light you up and choose with all your heart. So I feel like this is in your mom's hands. Your mom's hands. This is kind of tough though, because when you're sick and you're not feeling good, it's really, really easy to like lose stamina, lose a little bit. So it's like she can get, how I'll say, she can get fully better, but she can get a little bit better. She can do more things, but it's going to be within her mental state. And I would definitely do a lot of cord cutting, a lot of meditation, like getting a lot of those emotions out too. Also too, this is really crazy too, Melissa. So we're having a past life expert come into the academy. Whatever like Cheryl, a past life expert, talks about, I feel like it's going to benefit your mom, because I feel like some of the issues that she's dealing with aren't necessarily even in this lifetime, but they're also from past lifetimes, also combining a lot. I don't know why, but that came up to me, I think yesterday as well. So it's something that I'm going to look into too, because it's like some of our issues are from past lives, and they've been coming up a little bit more in readings as well, because I think that a lot of us are getting to that point in our spiritual development where it's like there's more than just that. Okay. Now what can you do? I feel like they're saying that all you can do is be a support and be there for her. And then just keep on planting the seeds within her, so almost like, Anita Majore, you guys know her from Hay House, and then she had cancer and it went away or whatever, like that, like things like that. Those inspirational stories of hope and overcoming and stuff like that is really going to help spark her heart. That's the thing, is like we need to light the fire within our heart. Okay. I'm going to give you so much love. And then definitely like the past life thing. And also they're telling me to have a lot of fun. Okay. So have a lot of fun. Don't get stuck in that energy. And I don't think that you do, but just make sure that you don't get stuck in it. Okay. Keep on going. Like, I think this is coming up too. Do you remember when I had my elbow surgery? And at the same time I had my elbow surgery, it was right around the time I had to have the tumor removed. And then also I got skin cancer, and I had all these surgeries within 6 months. And I remember coming out of Coffee and Cards and being like, man, I'm always sick. I'm always sick. I'm always sick. I'm always having surgeries. And then I was like, oh my God, do you see what I'm saying? It's like I had to stop that. And I had to be like, no, I'm not. I'm getting healthier. I'm getting healthier. I'm getting healthier. And guess what? I have not had any surgeries and stuff like that since. She's feeling really beat down. Yeah, we need to spark that fire in her heart. Okay. Much love. Yes, so much love, Melissa. Yes. So we need to spark her inspiration. It's almost like that mind over matter kind of situation. Yes. Okay. All right. Travis. I keep on forgetting who that is. Okay. But definitely everything that we talked about, the moon, it resonates with you. I don't know which one that you used. We just had to talk about manifesting being sick yesterday. See, exactly. Oh my God. I for a second there, I was like, if the same card comes up, I'm just going to be, I have a sick mom too. Isn't easy. Sending lots of love and light to you. Yes. Okay. Wise one, Chris. It says, go with your current situation, grow within your current situation. But it's really funny that I did not pick that up. I said, go with the flow in your current situation. Also, I do feel like the owls are really, really big. I feel like the owls too are like a symbol for you, to know that like you're on the right path and those kinds of things too. They're talking about wise as well. Right now, it just seems like it's a time to like almost, like, what is it called? Bunker down, hibernate, like, just keep on going. And it's almost like ride the wave is what I'm picking up. But let me see what this says, if I can freaking find it. Oh my God. I hate how these things are set up sometimes. Okay. It's 90 and 91. And it says, wise one is based on something that the younger generation is often lacking: commitment and reliability. When this card appears, you are being guided to continue on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your tasks and projects. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. So definitely that's what I was missing. I can feel it now. They're talking about stay your current path. Okay. Don't like go in and out. All right. So if you have committed to something, if you have decided on something, see it through. Okay. And it says you are being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability, and that is not who you're born to be. So keep working on what you're working on, because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. So 1,100%, it's saying to keep going with your goal, keep going with what you are wanting to do. Because also it's about keeping promises to yourself, because you're able to keep promises to other people, but what about you? One more thing too, I really don't like how this card deck started off with the wise one is based on something the younger generation is often lacking. Why would you say that? That has negative energy to it. Why don't you just say the wise one is based on commitment and reliability? Why are you going to like what younger generation? Am I the younger generation? Is it my son's generation? And it's like my son commits to himself and is reliable. So it's like, why would you put that energy into that? I really don't like that. And it stood out to me really, really bad, So since that came up during a reading, I'll just have to say to Chris too, just making sure that you are, giving yourself credit, giving yourself kudos, going ahead and making sure that, keep your thoughts on the positive as opposed to the negative, going ahead and seeing through to some of the bullshit, and also, coming from a bountiful mindset. Okay. Hoping to join office hours today. Yes. And we can always talk more about it too. Yes, I was being triggered by unreliability. Yes. I'm like, what in the world? Like, why would you say that? That's weird. But Kyle Gray, I think, is younger than me, so I don't even know. Okay, and what are the odds my sister-in-law started watching the minute you turned into my mom? Oh my gosh, Melissa. Switch the manifestation to positivity. That's what my message is today. Yes. And just in case you've never ever heard it, think of it this way. Mario Brothers at the end of the level, okay? Mario has to jump up on a little flag, and then he goes up the flagpole, and then he runs into thing. Think of it that way. You're Mario, and then whatever you send into that flag, it goes up a light pole to the other side, right, to the spiritual realm, and they give you whatever it is. It's like when God, universe, spirit, creator, whatever you want to call it, designed us, they made it so freaking black and white. You think about what you want and we will give it to you. And so then that's it. So you keep on thinking, I never have any money. I never have any money. You get more of, I never have any money. And then we keep on thinking, everything goes wrong. Everything goes wrong. It goes up the flagpole and everything goes wrong. And so isn't that kind of a fun way to think about it? So I want you to think about that every single time you think a thought. All right. And now here's the kicker too. If you are somebody who is very spiritual, opening up to your gifts, your intuition is bang on. If you're doing all of that, then it's like almost like you have the power to make that flag go up super duper freaking fast. Okay. So it's like, you're going to have to freaking really watch yourself. I am re-listening to Get Rich Lucky Bitch by Denise Duffield Thomas. That book right there has a zillion freaking cool stories with celebrities and things like that prove that. So yes, let's see. And so Melissa, the fact that your sister came on right in that moment, it makes me feel like what I was picking up was correct. Yes. I love my Buddha behind you. My mom had a golden Buddha when we were kids. Yes. It's always been on my staircase, but I moved him here because I love him. Tilly knew you needed to be here. My Siri just came on and said nothing is playing. What? Let's see. Tilly was meowing in my ear and woke me up. Also, Ice Queen herself is going to bounce back just like she has in the last 11 plus years. Oh, is that your mom? Do you call your mom that? Ice Queen? All right. Where is Margot? There. Maggie. Wasn't it your birthday recently? A few opportunities are coming up this year that will change mine and my family's life in the process of making them happy. Hoping this is the right route for us. Okay, first off, 1,000,000,000% that flag thing, right? And you have to like pray, ask for that help, right? This is seriously something that you can't do by yourself. And I don't know why, but like in my mind, when I switched over to a job that was going to like double my income and everything else like that, like I was praying so hard. I had other people praying for me and everything else, and I got it. And that was just one of my stepping stones to even better things. So I feel like you can get it. And look at this. The High Priestess came up for you, Maggie, and it says, harness mystic power. 1,000 zillion. I am like bang on today. This is what I was just freaking saying. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, you have the opportunity to make this, to do this. But it's not a coincidence that I was just talking about manifesting, keeping your thoughts on what you wanted to. And then I got drawn to your question. And then bam, this is High Priestess. High Priestess is saying that you have the power to manifest whatever it is that you want. But the thing is that what I'm getting is that you have your own worst critic and the own worst person, which is yourself, to basically that can sabotage you. So instead of thinking, oh my God, what if it doesn't happen? Like, oh my God, what if it doesn't happen? What if we're not good enough? What if this happens? Whatever, right? We got to get all that out. We got to be like, yes, I deserve this. This is going to be freaking amazing. This is really going to change our lives. This is going to be awesome. Blah, 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 blah. Now okay, I'll be honest with you. All the energy is around there. It's really, really good right now that this is going to happen for you guys. I don't know why, but I feel like a distance though. You're going to have to move or something along those lines, because I feel like that's like helping. And then this is the reason why that they were about to say what they're about to say, because of that last sentence I just seen. It says, hoping this is the right route for us. If it does not work out, that means something better is happening. Okay. So that's the biggest thing, but I do feel like it is for your highest good. And I feel like it's going to create a lot of self-growth. Okay. Let me see did you say anything? Okay. All she said is yes, but I don't know what she said to. Okay. So let me know how that resonates. Anything else that they're bringing up? I don't know. I feel like you're going to know soon, like in March. All right. So let me know. Anything else? It's really funny. I don't get that you have a cat, but do you have a cat that passed? It's really funny. And I do feel like I think you have like a black cat on the other side, to be honest with you. All right, let me see. All right. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. That's that's how my new dream job came up. Manifested my dream job. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, Michelle, it's not. Let me see what's going on with you, Michelle. Let's see. Ooh, Michelle, 2 cards came up. Let's see. It says shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. 100 zillion%. Man, Maggie just answered me back, but I'm going to finish your reading, then I'm going to see what Maggie said. So first off, who is this for? Is this for Michelle? Yeah, Michelle. First off, they're talking about your communication skills, that you have the power to be able to do this. And it's really, really funny too, because you see all those effing animals there. So I definitely feel like you have a connection to animals. You have a connection to nature and those kinds of things. I think that right now that spirit is talking to you through birds, especially outside. So ravens, hawks, those kinds of things too. Past loved ones often come as usually hawks, ravens, and those kind of things. Usually, unless your past loved one has an association with it, is going to be more about spirit guides, whereas opposed to like cardinals, blue jays, hummingbirds, and things like that are usually used by your past loved ones. But this is literally talking about it's time to open up to your gifts now, to bang on that intuition, learning your psychic and your mediumship skills, like all of those kinds of things. Because here's the thing is, when you learn those skills, it's like it helps you out in your daily life. It helps you out with, feeling better about death and passing and the other side. It makes you more confident with living and things like that. Whereas opposed to, like, you don't have to just become a reader. Like that doesn't have to be your goal. Like, believe me, the readings are a very, very small part of what I do compared to other things. And the other one says, be graceful in movement and action. So the reason why that this is coming up too is because sometimes we can get in our masculine energy, and that's something that happens with you as well. And they're saying to be a little bit more sweeter with the communication, as opposed to like making rash, like crazy decisions. I definitely feel like a slowing down is needed, and a slowing down within the mind, because that's going to help you out a lot. I don't know why, and I hate to say this to you, but they're definitely showing me meditation with mala beads, and to like, you have to slow down your mind and slow down your body in order to get more done, and then also to hear spirit a little bit better. Definitely. Wow, that's so weird too. I don't know what the year of the dragon means, but we're in the year of the dragon right now, and I really feel like they're saying that the year of the dragon is going to associate with something that you need to do this year. So we might have to look that up, what the year of the dragon is, because I feel like they're really, really talking about that. And I feel like too, we need to look at what the grasshopper means, like a grasshopper symbolism. For sure. Okay. All right. And then Maggie says, my husband says, I manifest everything I want constantly. Life has been doing this about a surgery I'm getting and school. Oh, there you go, girlfriend. Yes. You mentioned moving. We just moved out to Wasso from Hazel Park. Oh, wow. Okay, a year and a half ago, and new opportunities have been happening for us. Okay, so maybe that's the reason why that they brought it up. Maybe they brought it up because that move has helped it. We'll see. And it says, Heather, can you please let me know which card deck you're using? I know you mentioned it. Oh, but my Dory brain let it go. That is funny. Angels and Ancestors. I like that. Yeah, it's a cool deck. I think I'm going to start, like, what is that called? Organizing my card decks. Right now I have them in drawers, except for like the few that are behind me. But I think I'm going to start organizing them by like fairies, angels, miscellaneous maybe. Okay, sadly, I have a reading at 10 o'clock. Why do I book readings at 10 o'clock, right? So we're going to have to do pick a card, sadly. Oh my God, you guys, just have to say this card just came up, but it was flipped over. So this is Shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. So let me look and see what this says, because this is going to be for someone. Okay, let's see. Goodness, I hate this. All right, 70 and 71, and it says, okay, it says, and this is going to be for like a lot of us, like if it resonates with you, it resonates with you. It says, you have been through many challenges and lows, but now you're in a space of transformation. You are moving beyond your past challenges and honing your current strengths. There are opportunities for you to discover and rediscover the gifts and talents that you were born with and born to share. All of your past experience have only helped you see how strong you really are. You are an amazing soul who can change and transform the ways that people least expect. You have many talents that you will share in your lifetime. You're guided to stay focused on the light, knowing that it will guide you forward. When this card arrives, it's also an opportunity for you to tap into the power of your spirit animal. Note that if you're seeing an animal regularly, it's because its medicine is coming to you. So two giant things, well, three things that are really coming up. Like obviously the number one thing, they're talking about honing in on your gifts. You know, that is something else that's really, really big. The second thing is those animals that you are seeing, look them up. So if you've been seeing a lot of animals, bunny rabbits or whatever like that, and then go with the symbolism that really resonates and touches with you. And there was one more thing that is so funny. I just opened up right to the page. So they really want us to know. Oh, yes. It says you have many talents that you will share in this lifetime. And then it says here, all of your past experiences have only helped you see how strong you really are. And that's the thing. So many of us have went through such SHIT and BS in the past. And it's like, now it's time to freaking like be like, yeah, I can go through freaking anything. Anything. Can I get an amen? Be like, yes. Man, part of me is like, do we only have 2 cards for a pick a card today? Okay, what's going on? Okay, this is it. Okay, cool. Yeah, yay trauma. Yes. Isn't that freaking crazy though? But I tell you what, I know it sounds kind of funny, okay, and I don't know if anybody here can relate to it, but I have been through such bad things. And it's like, oh my God, and you do so much healing around it and stuff like that. And then you heal one thing and then you have another thing and stuff like that. But it's like when I'm in readings and someone is like really hurt because they went through something, like, and then I went through that same thing or something extremely similar, it makes me feel so much better because it's like I can relate to them. And I don't think that I went through that so that I could relate to them, but it's like almost a little added bonus. It's like, hey, like, you know, I know, I got you, girl, you know, like you're going to be good, you know, it's okay. So let those experiences give us strength and power. Yes. And not bring us down. Yes. Because then you look back and you're like, damn, I went through all that shit. Then I can handle anything that's coming up this way because you're wiser and you're smarter now. Does that make sense? Like back then, I might have been a kid and not been able to help myself. I didn't know any better, you know, but now I definitely know better. So now I'm like, hey, this is going to be gravy for the rest of my life. Maybe not gravy, but you get what I'm saying. Hallelujah. Yes. Okay. Here we go. You ready? Oh, I love this. Facebook user already chose their card. Yes, we're going to use numbers today with pick a card. So anything that you want guidance on, anything that do you have a question with, we're going to choose card 1, 2, or 3 today. Which number is calling to you? 1, 2, or 3? Maybe it sounds like I'm saying one of them higher than the other. 3, 2, 1. And maybe you can rub your hands, put the number 1 in between your hands, see if you can feel the energy. 1, put 2 in there, and then put 3. Maybe in your mind's eye, so maybe you're more clairvoyant, put the number 1 in your mind's eye, put the number 2, and then put the number 3. Does it look like one of them is brighter than the other? Is the one a little bit more dull? Does one of them have a little more color to it? Don't judge it. It is just what it is. And then maybe you don't have anything. Maybe you're like, you know, and if that's the case, then you're just going to listen and then see which one it seems like really I'm really talking to you. I think I'm drawn to 3, but 2 I think has a little bit of something in there. You could choose 2 if you want. Yes. Yes, 2. Let me see. I'm playing meditation music in the background. I just happened to look up and read the song that was playing. It's called Inner Strength. And that was when we were talking about the past and how your past is, you know, giving you strength for your future. Yes. Okay. I think that I go through experiences so that I can be the person that I needed when I was going through it. Yes. That's, oh, wow. Yes. And someone else said this too, and I hate this. It's like you spend the first half of your life going through BS and then the second half of your life overcoming that BS. And it's like, oh my God, no. I struggle with with being positive. Any suggestions? Yeah, you have to. So right now, like, so what's literally happening, Sarah, is that you have synapses in your brain, and like, so these are little wires that go together, and they're very, very strong. So what you have to do is you have to start creating other synapses, other brain connections, so that you can, like make the other one not the highway. That one's so strong. So now you got to start making them. And how you do that is honestly like one thought at a time. So anytime that you see yourself being that way, try and switch it. And so you can go ahead and put like a hair tie on your wrist, and then every time that you think a negative thought, you can just like hit yourself, those kinds of things, and then just keep on doing it every single time. And then also pray and asking the angels to take away those negative thoughts to do help, but you're fighting against your own mind, so it can be a little bit difficult. And if anybody else has anything too about meaning positive, put it in the comments too, so that we could help out Sarah. I switch from thinking what is the worst thing that could happen to what is the best thing that could happen. Easy switch of mindset. Yes. Every time that you see yourself thinking like what's the worst that can happen, why not? Because you know what? We're all freaking like trained to do that when we were younger. It's always like prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. It's like, no, that was the older generations. And believe me, they went through some crap too, because you're talking about your parents had parents that went through the Great Depression and things like that. So there was a lot of unknown things, but it's like, we don't have to worry so much about that right now. We're going to be okay. I think positivity doesn't come naturally, especially in the morning. You just have to make a choice to be positive. That's a good one. What I try to do is I try to make things like laugh. Like I try to laugh at things. I'm trying to make that my default, especially if people annoy me or piss me off or whatever like that. Instead of like being in the car and things like that and be like, this person doesn't know how to effing drive. I'm like, oh, nobody. And one more thing. And then we're going to pick a card. I'm going to reveal it. One more thing. I was going to put this on the podcast, but I don't know when I'm going to do it. But what I have learned is this little thing. And it is, what if it's Archangel Michael? So anytime that someone makes me mad while driving, anytime someone annoys the crap out of me, anytime that things like bring me down in there, I say, what if it's Archangel Michael? Like, what if it's Archangel Michael in disguise? Like, I would definitely not want to be swearing at Archangel Michael, who's teaching me patience by being that stupid driver. I would not want to have that on my conscience. Like, oh my God, I just freaking did that to Archangel Michael. So now that's helped me be a little bit more positive in some areas. So you can steal that too. So it's like anytime I think those negative thoughts and things like that, I'm like, ooh, Archangel Michael. Now about yourself, that's a little bit different. Maybe you can still use it, but for external things, a lot of times it's like, oh, what if Archangel Michael is doing this so that I can overcome this challenge? So affirmations. So Carrie said affirmations of writing down 5 things I'm grateful for every morning for negative self-talk. 100%. I love that. I do that. I need to change mindset as well. Sis tells me to think positive every day. Think positive and positive will happen. Yes, because your brain is hardwired. This is not even freaking spiritual crap. This is something that happens with your brain. We are biologically programmed to go ahead and your brain finds whatever it is you're looking for. Now, here's the thing. Your brain is going to be more into the bad things, because the bad things, number one, create more of a energy inside of our brain. That's the number one thing. And the other thing is that when we think, we need to think of the negative things, because the negative things were things that would help us survive and live back in like the caveman days. Does that make sense? So we're always going to be guided more towards the negative. It's part of our biological makeup, but we got an uphill battle on that one. When people zip around me instead of getting mad, I just send them, I hope you make it to wherever you're going to on time, and release. Yes. Yes. Okay. I hope he isn't doing that. Yes. Okay. Ready, you guys? I'm going to do number 1. Oh my God, I only have 15 minutes. Okay. Number 1 is mountains. Stand your ground. So number 1, if you chose number 1, this is going to be a time to, it's not a time to go back to the drawing board. It's not time to change things up. It's time to keep on going. This is a time to persevere. I'm also seeing the number 3. So I don't know if that's going to be 3 weeks, 3 days, or the month of March, but I do feel like it's talking about a time frame, coming up with the number 3. I also do feel like astrology as well. I have no idea why I'm seeing that. I'm seeing like a whole bunch of freaking stars. And also too, it's like, I think card one people, you might not know the whole entire story, but they're saying to keep going. All right. Like stand your ground. Like your intuition is on. You are doing the right thing. Like just yes, 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 yes is what I'm hearing. So whatever kind of messages that really stood out for you today, I feel like they're saying this is the message for you. Like this is freaking yes. Like I can't get any more clearer on this. Let me see. I don't know why, but I feel like for somebody, Tennessee is really going to resonate. Definitely feel Tennessee. Oh my gosh, I hate this. I want to see if there's anything else that I'm missing with this. Oh, there we go. I found it. 130 and 131. And it says, blah, blah, blah. If you feel like you're challenged or pressured at the time, know that spirit is more powerful than you think. You're resilient and grounded in energy, and air and mountains is giving you an unshakable strength to be who you already are. Take time to root yourself deeply into the energy of the earth before welcoming in new energies of heaven. If you're not sure what you need to do next, the mountain card invites you to stay exactly where you are, talk things over with those around you, and know that change will come to you. You will be whole and well at the end of the current situation. It will not stand in your way for future growth and expansion. I also feel too, if you are having any kind of doubts, especially with one people, you need to get a card deck or something like that, or some way to be able to connect to your intuition and yourself. Sometimes it's really hard to listen to our intuition because our body is going through a lot. I do have to say this for card one people, this story is coming up. Things may not happen, but they're not happening for a reason. So a big giant freaking thing that I want to bring up is recently I wanted to attend like this workshop or whatever, but every time I tuned into spirit said no, 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 no. And I'm like, why not? I want to freaking do it. The truth is you can do whatever heck you want. You don't have to listen to spirit. But I went ahead and I decided to listen to spirit, even though I was kind of bummed. I just kind of trusted in the process and stuff like that. Well, guess what happened? That course, that whatever, like I think it was like $400. I think it was. And all of a suddenly, just a couple of days ago, I get an email saying that I could get it for free. Are you serious? So if I would have signed up, you know, it would have cost me more than $400. So I definitely feel like spirit is saying like, hey, this might not be the workshop for you. It might not give you everything that you want, but you know, you can go ahead and just make sure that, you know, you're not missing out on anything and still join. We had guided that person to give it to you for free. So I'm like, sweet. Like I didn't do anything, you guys. I didn't do anything. I was just myself. So that's definitely for card one people. Keep that in the back of your mind. Miracles can happen. Your job is just keep focused on what you do want. All right. One was my card and I needed that. I had my first set of cards ordered. Bam. Yes, Sarah. Yes, 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 yes. I know I have ADHD and I'm undiagnosed, but I finally reached out to my doctor. I'm afraid she'll invalidate me or not believe me. So this is good for me because I need help. What I'm doing is not working for myself. Randy, see, you are literally thinking about the bad thing. What if she's like, oh my God, you have the worst case of ADHD in the entire world? You know, so, and then you can always get second opinions and stuff like that. So my doctor said I didn't have ADD either. And I was like, what? Like, I definitely have ADD. And then my doctor was like, this is trauma from your past. I did a podcast episode on it. And I'm like, are you serious? And I was kind of offended a little bit. But then once I really got over that ego part, I was like, oh my God, I think she's freaking right. In fact, I think my husband has horrible ADD. He's the one that has ADD, not me. So don't even worry about it. Yes, it's like, you know, it's like you'll get answers, but you just need to take that first step. Okay, I keep getting March. Thank you, Heather. I needed that card today. Fingers and toes crossed for March for you. Ooh, card 2 people. It says guardian angel and says you are not alone. I love, love, love this. So definitely looking out. Card 2 people, look out for those numbers. Look out for those feathers. Look out for those signs. You are supported. You are guided. They are there. They are hearing you. They are around. Just because you can't hear them does not mean that they can't hear you. Okay, they can hear you. They can hear your thoughts. They can hear all those kinds of things, right? And so I definitely feel guided to that. What else are they saying? Yeah, that's like the number one thing is like you need to freaking ask for help. Remember, they cannot intervene without your permission. So that is like the biggest thing for card 2 people. It's like you just got to like, you got to stop thinking it's alone. Okay, so for example, you need to freaking pray when you are like having trouble and things can't help you. And I tell this story too. I love the show, The Exorcist or something. The Exorcist on Discovery Plus, and the Exorcist sit around this circle and they tell stories, like horrible stories about some crazy, you know, possessions and stuff like that. It's really freaking interesting to me. But this one exorcist, he was getting like this devil demon had him and everything else like that. And he was like, thought he was going to die and all this stuff. And it was so horrible. And then finally he prayed and he was like, can you please help me? I need help. And then guess what? Bam, within that second, you know, it's like the demon's gone. He's released, you know, all these things. And he's like, Why? He said, why did it take me so long to pray? And it's like, yes, even though it might seem freaking obvious that we freaking need help, it's not obvious because we come down here for these challenges. We come down here for all these things, right? So we need to ask for freaking help. All right. Ask for help in anything and everything that you need. So do you need help like doing the dishes? Do you need help with like money? Do you need help with finances? Whatever it is, freaking pray. That is always my first thing. I pray even when watching those shows. Okay. Like, please, God, please don't help me. Help take this energy. Please don't have me feel this way. All right. So that's it. Love this. I talked to them on the plane last night with the turbulence. Chris, all the time, all the time. And I used to write to them when I was on the plane, and I would be like, angels, you know what? Everybody on this airplane right now is full of effing fear. But if you could stop this turbulence or help it, I was like, you're going to help decrease the fear. And I'm like sitting there telling the angels what's going to happen. I'm like, and if you decrease the fear, then it is going to raise the vibration of this airplane, therefore creating a higher vibration in the world. But guess what? The turbulence stopped. All right. They can't always work magic, but even if they can't stop something, they can do something else, like maybe decrease your fear, those kinds of things. So Becca says, the other day I was driving at the temp was 4-4 and the time was 4:44. Then the next day a feather flew into my car right on my shoulder. I swear to God, Becca, if you say, was this a sign from my angels? I'm going to lose my shit. Okay. Did you hear that? Did you guys hear that? If she's seen 444, which by the way, I was going to say this, but I forgot. But 444 for me is from the angels. Like when I see 444, that's your angel number. And for Becca, I feel like 100% that's you too. So 444 is angels. 333 though, that's going to be like ascended masters, Krishna, Jesus, you know, those kinds of things. But 444 is angels. But seriously, the feather flew into your car and on your shoulder. That's freaking amazing. Feathers are your signs. Yes, 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 yes. I love it. All right. All right. So yeah, asking them help with losing weight because guess what? They can take away cravings as well. And so that's a big thing, right? So if you have a sweet tooth and things like that, stop relying on yourself. Stop thinking that you have to do this. Stop thinking you have to spend money on all these other things, or you need a coach and you need a whatever, blah, 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 blah. You know, freaking ask them for help. You know how many times that I have to go to the gym all the effing time. All right. And I'm always like, God, I really need you right now. Like, I need you to like help me out. And they do it, you know? So let's see. All right, ready? Here is, oh, and you were asking for guidance, Becca? Yes. So they're supporting you, right? And they're putting it on your shoulder. So it's like, yeah. And I would definitely pay attention to anytime you see 444. You know, if an email comes up and things like that, because that could be it. Ooh, Sky Father. That says, trust in the unknown. First off, does anybody else with card 3 have like a crazy relationship with your father? I'm just curious, like what your father's situation is if you chose card 3. And if he's passed, then that's definitely a sign from him saying, hey, then I'm with you and stuff like that. This is talking about the Sky Father, which is like AKA God or whatever. But I'm picking up father. Like I'm picking up that if you have card 3, then there's definitely something there where they want you to talk with your father. Like there's something there. So card 3 people, if your father's passed, like definitely be reaching out. He's reaching out to you. He wants you to know that he's around, even though if you might not even see him or know that he's around, he totally is. And 76 and 77 is the thing. But if he's still alive, then there's like maybe some healing. You guys need to reconnect. There's something there with you guys. My dad passed 23 years ago. I miss him. Oh my gosh. And it's number 76 and 77 in the guidebook. And then it says here, though, this is the extended message. It says, you are the co-creator of your life, and every thought, feeling, intention, emotion you have is creating the road ahead. With that being said, you don't need to know every single detail of what's going to happen before you. When this card appears, you are being guided to step back and get out of your own way because there's a greater power that is only around you but within you. And Sky Father is creating the best experience imaginable for you. Accepting this will allow miraculous energy to come into your life. So see things from a higher perspective, like the eagle on this card. This card can also appear when there are opportunities to prove your father connection in your life. Told you so. If your father figure is in heaven, know that his spirit is drawing close. If he's on earth, there's an opportunity to heal something, whether past or present. I was literally thinking about this the other day when I was in the bathroom too. And I was like, what do you want me? I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. But here's the thing. like I'm fine with it, but am I number one? Am I really? I think so. But the thing is too, it could be for them. It could be for their soul. So it might be your soul is wanting to help out their soul as well. So sometimes there's something there, or maybe if there's unhealed things and unhealed trauma within that, then that is something that's coming up. Like you might think that you're not really affected by it, but the truth is that you truly are still affected by it. But here's the other thing too, is that Spirit is your Uber. Remember that. Okay. So card 3E people, remember what I said. Spirit is your Uber. So you freaking put in there, you tell them where you want to go. You sit in the back seat. Okay. And you allow Spirit to take you where you want to go in the route that they decide. Okay. Because they're trying to get you there sooner than later. And sometimes when we're backseat driving and we're sitting there and we're trying to take over, like, oh no, go right, go right, go right, go right, go right. Half of us are freaking jumping out of the car because we don't freaking trust Spirit. And we're like, I'm just going to walk. And Spirit's like, no, get in the effing car. It's right here. Okay. So card 3 people, you need to freaking trust in something that's higher and bigger than you. If things are not happening, just, hey, you ran into a little traffic jam. That's it. Okay. You got to keep on freaking going. This is still the freaking best road. If it's not, don't worry about it. Spirit will go ahead and keep on intervening. The thing is that you have to remember is that if there's like way too many challenges and it's just like you're getting beat the heck up on, that means that there's changes that need to happen. Okay. Now, if you are somebody that's like things are going pretty good, then good. When things flow, that's how you know that you're on the right path. Okay. Does that make sense? I love how you guys think I'm so funny. Okay. My father passed 25 years ago, but I've been thinking I need to talk to him and forgive him. Jamie, 100%. My dad passed and I woke up thinking about him. He passed 8 years ago. Oh my gosh, Michelle, this is definitely a sign. And then it says, I saw 3 Facebook posts with eagles on them before the live this morning. Oh my God. And Tara, I did think about you and your dad with this card. And something about trust with it. Oh, trust where you're going, even though you don't know where it is. So it's trust before things unfold. That's what the guidebook said. I get out of the car all the time. Yes. Oh man, you made me cry. Oh, I love it. Yes. Oh my gosh. So I think this is freaking bang on. And if you were one that like chose the card that resonated with you, give yourself kudos because I love it too. Because I always listen to all the messages, but I chose card 3 and card 3 totally resonated with me. So I wonder if the same thing happened to you with your card. Thank goodness I didn't pick 3 because I don't want to talk to my dad. Okay, just really, really quick because I do have to go because I have 5 readings in 3 minutes. But here's the thing. If you don't know this story, was I kept on seeing my numbers jumbled up, right? You guys know that story, jumbled up, jumbled up, jumbled up. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? And then I asked Spirit and the angels were like, yes, you need to play the lottery. I played the lottery. The year 1959 came out. Well, the part that I don't tell you guys, and I don't know if my father's watching because he could be, but it was really funny because I messaged my mom the next day and I was like, hey, the angel said that I need to play the lottery. I played the lottery. 1959 came up. I was like, and they said it has to do with someone I need to spend more time with. So 1959, what year were you born? And my mom replied, I was born in 1959. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so crazy. I'm like, and I remember saying to her, I'm like, I am so happy that it was you and not Lonnie, which is my father. I was like, because I would rather want to spend much more time with you. And so, Carrie, I know exactly what you're saying. So right now, that's not part of your journey, but I tell you what, it's probably going to be. All right. I miss the card pick, but all the cards spoke to me. Ooh, awesome. But 3 really touched my heart. Yes, I really think I need to have more faith and pray a lot more. Yep. Don't do it all by yourself. Yes. Yes, my dad has passed on. I noticed him a couple times. That eagle thing, Tara, is 100%. All right. Yeah, Justina, I think I'm reading someone from you, right? All right. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in office hours if you're in the academy. And if not, then I will see you back here next week, then next Sunday. All right. Love you guys. Bye.